have and should have. So, you know, I don't mess with that. I think that's other people trying to figure some stuff out that, and they
got some issues.
They got to deal with it.
Wow.
Wow. So she just doesn't answer the question at all.
Exactly. She didn't even answer it. Now, a lot of y'all noticed when she was talking to this Indian woman, when they was like cooking in the kitchen, a woman said, Kamala, you're Indian, right? She said, yes, yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna cook today
Okay.
is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people
You
we're
do.
related already,
Yeah.
so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so, were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food.
Now, all of a sudden, my mama raised 2 black girls. I told you, it all depends on who she's talking to. Whoever she's talking to is how she gonna give an answer. And she pretty much still didn't really answer. She just said, my mama raised 2 black girls. I mean, this woman is a fraud, man. Just a liar. And she got people believing that she's black. And she's not.
Right. So before we had her really leaning into being black. Now all of a sudden she's not. She doesn't even mess with that. I don't mess with that. I don't even mess with that. They need to go to therapy. She's pulling this Freudian technique. Obviously, you know, I've spoken to you about Freud, who was a disgusting human being who essentially gaslit women who were actually being abused by their fathers. So what she's doing is this exact same Freudian technique of gaslighting people by being like, actually, you need therapy. The problem is you. The problem is actually you for asking the question. No, Kamala, we're asking the question because you made this a theme in your bookie book, which we're going to get to in a little bit, okay? So you don't get to now just not address the question whatsoever. Put yourself in her shoes, okay? I'm going to put myself in her shoes. I'm running for president of the United States, okay? And these questions keep popping up about whether or not I am black. Do you know how simple it would be to simply answer the question? List your black relatives in 4 seconds. I would be like, this is my grandma, this is my grandpa. Suddenly she's a little iffy on the details here. Why didn't she just say, yes, obviously my grandmother is Beryl. Here's a picture of her. She's black. I'm disgusted with the people that are even calling this into question. Here's my great grandmother.
See, she ain't gonna do that.
Finnegan. I am obviously black. Instead, she goes, oh, do you really want to talk about it? That's what I say to these shows. Do you really want to talk about race? Do you really want to talk about the 1/8 rule? I mean, how dare she? And the answer is yes, Kamala. Actually, I would like to talk about it. Yeah, I'm actually totally up for talking about the 1-drop rule, the 1/8 rule. Let's discuss history. That's what those journalists should have done. That's what those former NBA players should have done, not giving her a free pass. I would have been like, no, ma'am, name your ancestors. And why are you bringing up the 1/8 rule at all? Let's talk about the history here, okay? The 1-drop rule was actually a legal doctrine in the United States that was used as a means of racial classification.
And by the way, those 2 former NBA players got roasted in the comment section because they did no follow-ups with her. Whatever Kamala Harris said, they just let her get away with it, and they just got to the next question. How y'all gonna interview the vice president and not do any follow-ups? When she said that the time that Kamala Harris said that my mama raised 2 black girls, they should have said, well, what about when you just told this woman that you Indian? You didn't tell her you was black. See, that's the stuff that pisses us off, is that people let her get away with this, and she only let people interview her that won't